I know you've heard it before about how whatever you are seeking, it's already here. And that's true. But I understand as well that there is still, in the relative world, there still feels like there's a path. It still feels like there's some type of inertia that is propelling this journey. And I feel it. And there's so many paradoxes in this process, because we're looking for something, we're looking for what we are. And how can you do that? And it's only when we've exhausted, and the mind and the ego has exhausted trying to find itself, that there comes just this general kind of just resting in an awareness that is beyond words, that has been there all along. And it's okay that there's a process that you might go through where there's it feels very purposeful and seeking, and sometimes the system just needs that. It needs to look, and it needs to think about it, and it needs to analyze it. And that's okay. What I'm suggesting is that you look at that process with curiosity and actually notice it. Notice that it's happening, as opposed to getting caught up in it and not realizing that it's happening. Because just that one thought implies so much doership, so much control over an outcome. And it's looking for something, it's looking for an event outside of the current experience. The direct experience of right now, like the pure experience of right now, without adding anything and without taking anything away. Right here, right now, that's what's being looked for, but it's right here. And I've had it said before, it's like, but how can it be right here if I'm not experiencing it? Right? If they don't experience it. And the only way that I can describe it is, it's as if, let's say it's as if somebody in another room is telling you about this beautiful bird that is singing outside. Right? So they're in the other room, or they could even be in the same room that you are. And they're telling you about this beautiful bird that's singing outside, and they're listening to it, and that's their direct experience. And you're in the same room and you have headphones on. So the bird is playing and it's singing, but the music that you're listening to is covering it up, but you still are in the same room that the bird is singing. So that's why that you're not having the direct experience that the other person is having, because your experience is not direct, because there's that filter of the headphones. But once you lay down the headphones and you put them down, then you begin to experience raw experience, which is the bird singing. And it's been singing the whole time. What I'm pointing to you is that imagine that you have headphones on, but then you also have sunglasses on, and you have layers of jackets on, and there's all of these layers. You're still experiencing raw experience, but there's all of these perceptual filters and these layers preventing you from actually really viscerally and in your direct physical body experiencing raw reality, which you are experiencing it. It just feels like you're not, because of all of these things that are, these filters that are covering it up. So it feels purposeful, but by taking those filters away one at a time, you're then left with the beauty that has been there all along of beautiful, raw, direct experience, which is what you are, the beingness of what you are.